Welcome to Education Vision. My name is Hamza, and I'm going to be today talking about how to improve your pronunciation for speaking. Pronunciation for speaking has always been a very big issue for students out there who are preparing for the PTE exam because most of the students they are unaware of what the Pearson algorithm needs from them in terms of pronunciation. And we have always seen that students they have been speaking loudly, assuming that speaking loudly means you're pronouncing clearly. Whereas that's not the case. So, in this video, I'm going to be going through in detail about how you fix your pronunciation and in such an easy way that in the exam you would also see that pronunciation would no more be an issue for you. So watch this video till the end and learn how you can fix your pronunciation. Okay, so let's get started with pronunciation. And before we talk about pronunciation in detail, let us first see what does the Pearson scoring guide have to say about pronunciation itself. So when we look at only speaking, speaking is commanded by two sets of measurements. The first is your fluency, and the second is pronunciation. Now, pronunciation, Pearson basically says that test takers need to use the features of connected speech to score well for pronunciation. And what is those components? It is vowel sounds, weak forms, word stress, consonant sounds, consonant clusters, sentence stress, stressing content words, assimilation, elation, linking sounds. Now, out of all these sounds, the most important, which you can see even at the top, is vowel sounds. So, vowel sounds is what we are going to be focusing on today. And if you would just observe this passage over here, which we need to understand, is that native and non native speakers of English from different nations and regions pronounce vowels and consonants differently, which makes up their accent. The scoring engine for speaking recognizes over 200 variations of native and non native speaker accents. So if I would simply break this paragraph down, which Pearson is telling, is that pronunciation does not mean that you have to speak like a local Australian, local American, local Canadian, local British, New Zealander, or all the places where natively English is spoken. That is not the purpose of pronunciation in PTE. You can speak the way you normally speak in your accent because PTE pronunciation is not a test of your accent. PTE pronunciation is basically a test of primarily your vowel sounds, which you have seen is given here. So let us now get into more details after we have got the picture from here that the official scoring guide is telling us that we don't have to focus on accents, on vowel sounds. Let us now have a look at how do we take these vowel sounds out. So for that, I would be sharing with you some tips of how we make this entire process very easy. So how to improve pronunciation in PTE speaking? We are watching the pronunciation video, and in pronunciation, we mean clarity, or the word clear is used as a synonym for pronunciation. The first thing which we have to remember is that you need to open your jaws and speak. Remember, the normal way how we speak is we move our lips. Our lips are moving in a normal day to day conversation. When you simply are speaking English and you open your jaws and speak like this, which we would be demonstrating with some words even, automatically your clarity is enhanced by 40 to 50% straight away without any efforts. And earlier, what we saw in the Pearson scoring guide was the focus on vowel sounds. So, the second point that we also have is we need to take out vowel sounds. Now, what are vowels? Vowels are basically five alphabets from the English alphabets: A, E, I, O, U. So these word sounds, these alphabet sounds have to be made prominent, meaning we have to stress and focus on the vowels inside any word that we see. How do we do that? Let's see further. Vowel sounds is the way the keywords sounds must come out. This method will teach you how to identify the correct sounds of words. Now, below I have given a disclaimer, which is do not check sounds of words from Google or other voice mechanisms. That is not a permanent fix to your pronunciation. Remember, if I don't know the pronunciation of a word and I simply Google search it and I listen to the sound of it, I'm not really learning it. It's just a temporary fix that I'm giving it. And I haven't learned anything from there. So let's stick with just the vowel sounds and see how it can make our lives easier. So there are four steps which we have to follow when we are primarily trying to take vowel sounds out. Any keyword that I have, we first mark the vowels in the word. As many vowels, those many parts in the word. We break the word immediately after the vowel, and each part must contain one vowel. Now, before we apply these four steps, I want to bring your attention firstly to what do we mean by keywords, because I've used this word a lot. Keywords, keywords, keywords. So, what are keywords? Keywords are basically nouns, adjectives. These are primarily keywords. Now, in the exam, to make things easy, because even if I would go in the exam and if I get confused, like, oh, what? What are nouns? What are, because look, in the exam, we have to take a practical approach. What are adjectives? What are nouns? If I don't immediately recall them, in very simple words, keywords are all those words which are not your articles or prepositions. So all the words which are the, this, that, from, to, this, moreover, furthermore, and except for these words, whatever words you see, those are all keywords. To keep things simple, let's just keep it that way. Now, these four steps, let's see how we will be utilizing them, taking one example over here. So, step one, let us choose this word which is in red highlighted. Now, the normal way how I would speak it is mobile, mobile, mobile. And with mobile, my lips are only moving mobile, mobile. Now, what I would do is first is mark the vowels in the word. So I have this word mobile and I will mark these vowels. So, what are the vowels? A, E, I, O, U. And in this word, we have O, I, and E. Three vowels in this word. What is step two? As many vowels, those many parts in the word. Okay. So, step one, what did I do? I did write the word, I did simply mark the vowels. That's it. Let's go to step two. Step two is basically we have the vowels. How many vowels we have? We have three vowels in this example. And three vowels means that we will be breaking this word into three parts. If there would be a word which has four vowels, four parts. Two vowels, two parts. And if there is one vowel only in a word, we will not break that word because that is itself one part. So, as many vowels, those many parts of the word we would be making. Now let's see what is step 3 and step 4. Break the word immediately after the vowel. And step 4 is each part must contain one vowel. So let's look at this. So if you compare step 2 and step 3 and 4, in step 2, we had the vowels marked, and all we did was we did break this word in step 3 after the vowel. So O was the first vowel, we break the word after O. Then I is the next vowel, we break it after I. So 3 parts, and each part has one vowel in it. And each part, as step 4 even dictates, must contain one vowel. So we have 3 vowels. Now, earlier, what was the sound I was taking out? It was mobile, mobile. Now, with these broken parts, let's take the sound out. The first vowel is O. Remember, open your jaws, open your mouth. O, mo. The second vowel is I. The second part sound is by. B-I, by. And the third vowel is E. The third part sound is li. So collectively, what would be the sound? Mo, by, li. Mobile, 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 mobile. Both sounds are correct. First sound, mobile. The second sound, mobile. Both of these are absolutely correct sounds. Let's quickly go through this once more. So any word that we have to follow these 4 steps. We took in this example a word mobile, and we did mark the vowels, 3 vowels. And what we did in the last steps was we did break the word after the vowel. And then the sound is mobile. That is how the sound is taken out. Let us take one more example just for the sake of practice so that everyone is absolutely clear about how we are supposed to be breaking this. So let's take one example of this word over here. Now, normally we would say it realization without opening my jaws or anything. Realization, realization. Now, in this word, there is one element which we have to highlight and identify at the start, and that is the sound of T-I-O-N, which is a shun sound. Shun. So T-I-O-N, whether it is in the middle of the word or whether it is at the end of the word, we never break T-I-O-N only. That is a standard shun sound. So we will put it aside. Shun. Now, the same thing, the same 4 steps we will apply. Look at the word, mark the vowels in the word. The first step was mark the vowels in the word. How many vowels do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 vowels in the word. What does 4 vowels mean? 4 vowels means 4 parts of the word. I will have 4 parts of this word. How will I make 4 parts? I have to break the word after the vowel. So after E, after A, after I. And remember, when you are breaking, always make sure every part has one vowel, which means, for example, if I do this, this is wrong. I cannot have in one part 2 vowels. It always has to be only one vowel in one part. Now, the last part sound, we have already figured it out. That is a shun sound. So let's go to the very start of this word again. We have an E So the first part sound is re, second part a, third part vowel sound I, third part sound lie, lie, and the fourth part a, fourth part sound ze, and then shun. Realization, realization, realization. This is how we take the sound out of words. Now, this methodology, what I have taught you today, believe me, if you would just take 50 or 60 words, random words from your anywhere from Google, or words which you have been pronouncing but want to check their sound, write these words, practice your vowel sounds. In the exam, whether it is for read aloud, repeat sentence, retell lecture, describe image, any speaking component, you will never lose a single mark for your pronunciation if you follow this method and if you take your vowel sounds out. That is 100% going to be correct for you always. Hopefully, this video was useful. Please do practice and see you in the next video. Thank you.